Hey, DiJonai, how you feeling right now, girl? I'm trying to contact you about that extended warranty. You know, two weeks ago, you you posted on Twitter August 23rd, which is, oh, would you look at that? Oh, that was today. DiJonai, when you said August 23rd, what did you mean by this exactly? I think the fans want answers. We were expecting, some vengeance that you created. We were expecting a huge game. We were expecting something
today. DiJonai Carrington completely humbled by Caitlin Clark. And then she gonna try to shoulder shrug Caitlin. Caitlin like, girl, get out of here, bruh. I just bust you. Pick your face up off the floor. Caitlin Clark hit a logo 3 in her face. Then she was trying to mock. Caitlin Clark got the tech. She got it.
In 18 minutes, she dropped 7 points, shooting 3 for 11 from the field. Now the real tweet that you should have posted, DiJonai Carrington, should have been March 11th, because if I had known that you was gonna shoot 3 for 11 on August 23rd, I would have I would have commented that under your post sooner. You came and
15 days before the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever met again, DJ Carrington sat down and typed out 2 numbers, 8-23. That's it. No caption, no explanation, nothing else attached. Just a date posted right after she'd been ejected from a game against Indiana for a flagrant foul, tagging the Fever on her way out the door. And if you know anything about how these things work online, you already know what that post was actually saying underneath the surface.
Bag, DiJonai, clout chaser, Carrington. Careful what you wish for, DiJonai. Be careful what you wish for. You're the one that circled 8/23 on the calendar. You're the one who tweeted out 8/23 as if it was some date we all should pay attention to. And people paid attention and saw you. Ooh, you had a bad game. Oh, but 8/23. Fair. Caitlin Clark makes 8 3-pointers. The Indiana Fever win by 23 points. Great foresight on your end, DiJonai.
It wasn't a schedule reminder. It was a promise. It was DJ Carrington telling everybody watching that when these two teams lined up again on August 23rd, she was going to be ready, she was going to make a statement, and she was going to get her moment of payback against Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Well, August 23rd came and went, and it's safe to say that the moment did not go the way DJ Carrington was hoping it would.
This clip is going viral of Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye by DiJonai Carrington. It happened in the first quarter when Clark tried passing the ball to her teammate Aaliyah Boston, but Carrington poked Clark in the eye while trying to deflect the pass. No foul was called, but Clark had to take a second to regain her composure. In the third quarter, DiJonai was defending Caitlin again when Caitlin hit DiJonai in the head, knocking out one of her contacts. No foul was called, but DiJonai had to take a second to put her contact.
The tension between DJ Carrington and the Indiana Fever did not start out of nowhere on August 8th. This is a rivalry that goes back years at this point, all the way to Clark's very first WNBA playoff game back in September of 2024, when Carrington caught Clark near the right eye while contesting a pass over the top to Aaliyah Boston. Clark went down clutching her face in obvious pain. No foul was even called on the play, and she finished that entire game with a visible black eye that became one of the biggest storylines of the entire postseason.
Yeah. Did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
Both players called it unintentional afterward, and on the replay, it genuinely does look like a bang-bang basketball play rather than anything deliberate. But that moment still became a whole storyline of its own, replayed constantly, debated constantly online for days afterward, and it planted the first real seeds of tension between these two specific players. Since then, almost every single Fever Sun or Fever Sky matchup involving Carrington guarding Clark has carried a little extra edge to it, a little extra chirping, and a little extra physicality that goes beyond the normal contact you'd expect between two competitors who genuinely respect each other's games.
What's going on here? Goo! That's assault, brother. You can't do that. What the fuck? Is this just the default if you can't think? Or if you just like don't want to take accountability for your actions? Oh my god, this league, bro, this league. Bro, white privilege while you're wearing a bleach blonde dyed wig. I mean, the fuck? What is privileged about that? You stone cold Steve Austin closed.
Back on August 8th in Chicago, Carrington came flying in from behind on a fast break and caught Sophie Cunningham across the head and neck while Cunningham was finishing a layup attempt. It was reviewed by the officiating crew, upgraded from a common foul to a flagrant 2, and DiJonai Carrington was tossed from the game on the spot, sent straight to the locker room before the second half even started. That part, fair or not, depending on who you ask, is just basketball. Hard fouls happen, ejections happen, tempers flare in the heat of a game. And normally that would be the end of the story until the next time these two teams meet again on the schedule. But DiJonai Carrington didn't let it end there. And that's exactly where this entire situation started spiraling into something much bigger than one ejection.
Hey, you hit her in the head and you drew blood. It was a flagrant 2. You should have been ejected. No more, no less. Have we seen Sophie Cunningham aggressively foul an individual before and not get thrown out of the game? Sure. Have we seen Caitlin Clark aggressively foul an individual by hitting them in the head and not get out of the game? Absolutely. But if we are paying attention to what DiJonai Carrington did to Sophie Cunningham, it was not a race-based decision. And to call that a white privilege-based foul is to completely undermine the term of white privilege and to also completely ignore the rules in basketball. You hit her in the head, you drew blood, you didn't connect with the ball at all.
Minutes after getting sent to the locker room, Carrington posted "white privilege" on social media and tagged the Indiana Fever directly in the post. That single sentence turned a routine ejection into a national story almost overnight, with everybody from casual fans to sports radio hosts to television pundits weighing in on what she actually meant by it and whether the accusation was fair given the context of the foul itself. Carrington later pushed back on some of the backlash, clarifying that she never specifically claimed the flagrant call itself was the direct result of racial bias, and pointing out that she studied structural inequality at one of the top universities in the country before she ever used that kind of language publicly. Maybe that clarification is completely accurate, and maybe there's more nuance to it than a lot of people online gave her credit for in the moment. But here's the thing about throwing a phrase like that out into the world attached to a specific team's name in the heat of an ejection. It doesn't just disappear quietly into the timeline the next morning. It sits there. It builds anticipation. It turns the very next matchup between these two teams into something that feels a lot bigger than just another regular season basketball game on the calendar.
DiJonai Carrington bookmarking this day just to get embarrassed by Caitlin Clark. The big bad wolf coming through, blowing houses down until she tried to blow down the Caitlin Clark brick house that was built by DiJonai. This lady was 3 for 11. 3 for 11, 0 for 3 from the 3. A terrible performance. My goodness, tried to come out and take the show, right? Tried to create her moment, and guess what, DiJonai? Now your name is DiJonai Who Carrington. Who cares? Oh my goodness, 8:23, everybody. 8:20.
So that's the actual backdrop heading into August 23rd. DiJonai Carrington was sitting on a controversial ejection, a viral, heavily scrutinized